Hello. This story is the payoff, isn't it, for all the Terra Nation stuff that we've had to put up with. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? But this story trades in on the fact that the show, Terra Nation in particular, has continually re-emphasised that Daleks are just scary. And he's come to rely on that. So your first episode cliffhangers are a giveaway. And just the fact that whenever the Daleks appear, you're supposed to be a bit scared. And I think we forget the fact that you can only do this story once. It's a bit like The Doctor's Wife, in so much as you can only do that story once. You only get one crack at a Dalek origin story, really. And given the fact that Terra Nation's stock in trade is dystopia and sort of like society's drawn with very thick black lines and leaning quite heavily on dystopian sci-fi stories of the 50s and 40s or whatever. The simple fact is, when Davros is having his meeting, Davros himself at this point is still an enigma, and that is exactly how this story should work. So Davros is actually in this very, very little, but his influence hangs heavy on everything that goes on. And when he summons the Dalek into the room, it is frightening. And Nation's not pulled it off for quite some time, but it was properly frightening. And it sent shivers down your spine. And that is even more so because of Tom Baker's response, who has been, in the grimmest of circumstances, still sort of laughing and joking and bombing about and doing his thing. But at that moment, there's a tangible sense of dread and a fear of the importance of it. And this story just works. That sounds a trite thing to say, but everything that is wrong with the Terra Nation story seems to be working in this story because it's a Terra Nation story, because of the way that he constructs these grim, dreadful scenarios for his characters to fall into. So this is just absolutely phenomenal stuff. A few other things of note. No cliffhanger. Found that a bit weird. Sorry, no recap. Found that a little bit weird. Went straight in with the action. You don't, obviously watching it episode by episode, you were straight in it. I found that a bit strange. But anyway. What else was I going to say? I had another salient point here. Oh, I love the fact that the car lead that Sarah meets having to carry things up the tower is the same car lead in the first episode who was in the car lead bunker. I love the fact that one little decision, and I don't know why that decision was made, because they could have just cast somebody else. It's a very generic part. It would be fine. Gives an indication that there's a life, there's events happening outside of the Doctor. This war is progressing. It might be a very stagnant war, but individual stories are progressing. People go from one place to another. I really, really like that. I don't know what it is about that really appeals to me, but that guy has been kidnapped and taken over to that. What a silly little thing to appeal to me so much about. It really, really did appeal to me. I love the Mutos. Their little society, very swiftly drawn, but you get a sense for them. Again, leaning heavily on a lot of tropes, but otherwise, God, is there anything bad to say about this story? The animals in the cave, even my good lady wife gasped at the grimness of the giant slug thing that went past, even though I think in isolation one would realise it's not that good an effect.
I think it might be a real slug.
It might be a real slug. So anyway, this is phenomenal stuff. That's all I can say.